Let me tell y'all something. A woman who walks alone, oh, she different. She built different. See, most people, they need a crowd. They need validation. They need somebody patting them on the back telling them they doing good. But a woman who walks alone, she don't need all that. She got something in. A woman who walks alone, she built different. See, most people move in packs like they scared to stand by themselves. They always need somebody next to them, need somebody to tell them they're doing good, need somebody to hold their hand through every little thing. But a woman who walks alone, she don't need all that. She got something inside her that most people ain't got. She done been through some things. Life done hit her, tested her, knocked her down more times than she can count. But every single time, she got back up. See, a lot of folks crumble when they don't have people cheering them on. They get lost when they don't have somebody telling them what to do next. But a woman who walks alone, she don't wait on nobody to clap for her. She don't wait on no crowd to tell her she doing right. She don't need no confirmation, no validation, no approval. She moves because she knows who she is. And when you know who you are, you don't need nobody else to tell you. And let me tell you, this ain't about her being cold. It ain't about her being bitter. It ain't about her thinking she better than everybody. No. See, when a woman learns her worth, she stops looking for it in other people. She stops chasing things that don't serve her. She stops entertaining mess just because she's scared to be alone. Some people, they stay in toxic relationships, keep fake friendships, stay in places they outgrew, all because they scared to be by themselves. But a woman who walks alone, she don't operate like that. She got the strength to leave, the courage to start over, and the wisdom to know that being alone is way better than being somewhere she don't belong. And let's get this straight. She don't walk alone because she can't find nobody. Oh, trust me, she got options. But see, she got standards too. She ain't desperate for company. She ain't thirsty for attention. She don't lower her value just to fit in. When you know your value, you don't give discounts. And when you refuse to settle, yeah, sometimes that means you got to walk alone for a little while, but she cool with that because she know the right people, the real people, gonna catch up to her eventually. And if they don't, she's still good. And the thing is, people look at her and they wonder how she do it. They see her standing strong, handling her business, keeping her peace, and they don't understand how she got there. But what they don't see the night she had to pray her way through. They don't see the moment she had to wipe her own tears because there wasn't nobody there to do it for. They don't see the time she had to fight battles in silence, had to build herself up from nothing, had to keep going when she didn't even know what was next. They don't see none of that. All they see is a woman who carries herself like she untouchable. But see, it ain't that she untouchable. It's just that she been through so much, she don't break easy no more. Life threw its worst at her, and she's still standing. She done outgrown pettiness. She done outgrown nonsense. She done outgrown chasing people who don't value her. So yeah, she walk alone, but she walk with purpose. She walk with strength. She walk knowing that everything she needs is already in her. And let me tell you something else. When a woman walks alone, that don't mean she walking empty. Oh no, she walking with faith. She walking with wisdom. She walking with a mindset that most people ain't ready for. And when you move like that, you ain't just walking, you elevating, you leveling up, you becoming something greater than you ever imagined. So don't ever feel sorry for a woman who walks alone. Don't question why she don't run with the crowd. Don't assume she lost, because the truth is, she know exactly where she going. And when she get there, she won't just be standing, she'll be standing strong. Let me tell y'all something. A woman who walks alone, she don't do it because she got to. She do it because she chooses to. See, when you've been through enough, when you done seen enough, when you done felt enough, you start making different decisions. You stop showing up for every argument, stop answering every call, stop explaining yourself to people who ain't even trying to understand you. You start protecting your peace like it's the most valuable thing you got, because it is. And that's what separates her from the rest. A woman like that, she done lived through enough chaos to know she don't need it no more. She done spent enough nights crying over people who ain't deserve her tears. She done wasted enough energy trying to prove her worth to folks who already knew it but just refused to respect it. So now she chooses peace. She chooses herself. And let me tell you something, when a woman makes that decision, oh, she dangerous. Because now she's moving with clarity. She ain't reacting out of desperation no more. She ain't entertaining foolishness just to fill up empty space. She done learned that real happiness don't come from who she got in her life. It comes from how she lives it. And listen, don't get it twisted. She ain't bitter. She ain't cold. She ain't walking around with no grudge in her heart. No, sir. She just done got to a place where she ain't begging nobody to treat her right. She ain't waiting on nobody to see her value. She ain't trying to force love, force friendships, force connections. She done outgrown that. She done outgrown staying where she feels small. She done outgrown chasing people who make her question her own worth. If she got to convince somebody to appreciate her, if she got to remind somebody to respect her, that ain't the place for her. And see, people don't always understand it. They say, oh, she different now. Yeah, she is. She different because she leveled up. She different because she stopped settling for halfway love, halfway effort, halfway loyalty. She different because she finally started loving herself the way she always deserved. And that love, that's what made the difference. Because when you really love yourself, you don't let just anything disrupt your peace. You don't let just anybody have access to you. And let me tell you, she ain't cutting people off because she don't care. She's cutting people off because she finally started caring about herself. She finally stopped giving out chances to folks who only come around when they need something. She finally stopped explaining herself to people who ain't listening. She finally stopped shrinking just to fit into places that were never meant for her. And listen, this kind of woman, she don't argue, she don't chase, she don't waste her time trying to fix people who don't want to be fixed. She don't sit around waiting on folks to change, because she knows real love, real respect, real peace. You ain't got to beg for it. You ain't got to fight for it. It just is. And if it ain't, she gone. Simple as that. And see, when a woman reaches this place in her life, it confuses folks. They don't get it. They think she walking away because she don't care. Nah, she walking away because she cares. She cares about her heart, her mind, her energy. She cares about what she allows into her space. She cares about who she allows into her life. And if it ain't healthy, if it ain't bringing peace, if it ain't helping her grow, she chooses to walk away. And that's what people don't get. This ain't about loneliness. This ain't about her needing somebody. This is about her knowing she don't need just anybody. She don't need a crowd. She don't need distractions. She don't need temporary love that only shows up when it's convenient. She needs something real, something solid, something that don't require her to lose herself in order to keep it. And if that means walking alone for a little while, she fine with that. Because she know one thing for sure. Peace will never cost her her self-respect. Love will never require her to beg for it. And happiness, it ain't something she got to find in somebody else. It's something she already got within herself. Because a woman who walks alone ain't walking away from love. She's walking toward herself. Let me tell y'all something. A woman who walks alone, she don't move like everybody else because her strength don't come from a crowd. It don't come from applause. It don't come from somebody telling her she's doing a good job. No, her strength, it comes from the battles she fought by herself, the moments nobody saw, the night she had to hold herself together when she felt like falling apart. That kind of strength, you don't learn it from people hyping you up. You learn it when life knocks you down and you got no choice but to get back up alone. See, a lot of folks, they only strong when they got support. They only feel confident when they got people gassing them up, making them feel important. But this woman, oh, she different. She don't need a fan club. She don't need validation. She don't need nobody to remind her of who she is, because she already knows. And when you know who you are, when you know what you bring to the table, when you know your worth, you move differently. You stop chasing approval. You stop explaining yourself. You stop waiting for folks to get it, because truth is, some people ain't ever gonna get it. And she ain't got time to wait on them. And let's be real, she ain't always been this way. She had to become this woman. She had to go through the storm. She had to survive disappointments, heartbreaks, betrayals. She had to learn how to wipe her own tears, how to push forward when it felt like the world was against her. She had to learn how to encourage herself, how to be her own cheerleader when nobody else showed up. And let me tell you, that kind of strength, that's earned. That's built from experience. That's what makes her unstoppable. And see, people don't always understand her. They don't get why she don't complain, why she don't crumble when things go wrong. It's cause she already been through the worst. She done been through the pain, the setbacks, the silent battles, and after everything she survived, she refused to let little things shake her. She refused to let people who ain't been through what she's been through tell her how to live. She refused to let life's challenges make her bitter. Because see, real strength ain't just about enduring, it's about elevating. It's about learning, growing, and coming out better than you were before. And let me tell you, this kind of woman, she don't just survive, she thrives. She takes every lesson, every loss, every painful experience, and she uses it. She don't let her past define her, but she sure do let it shape her. She lets it make her wiser, she lets it make her stronger, and most of all, she lets it make her unstoppable. And see, that's why she don't look for strength in other people. That's why she don't depend on anybody to carry her. Because she knows people come and go, circumstances change, life gets unpredictable. And if your strength is tied to people, if your confidence is based on how many folks got your back, you're gonna be in trouble. But this woman, she got a different kind of power. She got a different kind of resilience. She don't break easy, she don't quit easy, and she damn sure don't let anybody else define her. And listen, this ain't about pride. This ain't about acting like she don't need nobody. She love deep. She care hard. But she also know better than to rely on people who can't handle her strength. She know better than to expect folks to be there when the road gets rough. She done learned that some people only show up for the good times, but when the struggle hits, when the pressure's on, that's when folks start disappearing. And that's why she learned to stand on her own 2 feet. That's why she learned how to hold herself down. Because when you learn to stand alone, you ain't never got to fall apart when people walk away. And don't get it twisted, she ain't just strong for herself. She's strong for the ones coming behind her. She's strong for the women still learning to find their voice, still learning to choose themselves, still learning to walk away from anything that don't serve them. She an example, she a reminder that you don't need a crowd to be powerful, that you don't need constant validation to know you're worthy, that you don't have to beg for respect when you already carry it within you, And that's why she walks alone. Not because she's lonely, not because she isolated, but because she understands something most people don't. True strength, it ain't about who stands with you. It's about how you stand when nobody else does. Let me tell y'all something. A woman who walks alone, she don't do it because she can't find nobody. She do it because she refuses to settle. See, the world will tell you that a woman needs to compromise, needs to be softer, needs to make herself smaller just to be accepted. But this woman, she ain't buying into none of that. She done been through enough to know that settling, it costs too much. It costs her peace, her happiness, her self-respect. And she ain't willing to pay that price no more. See, settling don't always look like struggle. Sometimes it looks like convenience. Sometimes it looks like staying in spaces where she knows she ain't valued just cause it's familiar. Sometimes it looks like holding on to people who drain her, who take from her, who don't pour nothing back into her. And she used to do that. She used to stay. She used to wait, hoping people would change, hoping situations would get better. But now she done learned the difference between patience and wasting time. And let's be real, it took her a while to get here. It took heartbreak. It took disappointment. It took looking in the mirror one day and realizing she deserved more. Not just in love, not just in relationships, but in everything, in friendships, in opportunities, in the way she allowed people to treat her. She had to learn that good enough ain't good enough for her. That being tolerated instead of celebrated ain't the kind of life she's willing to live. That being loved halfway is still the same as being unloved. And listen, when a woman decides she won't settle, people get uncomfortable. They say she too picky. They say she got too many standards. But see, the same folks saying that, they the ones living in regret. They the ones stuck in places they hate with people they don't even respect. And this woman, she refuses to be another person waking up every day wondering, what if I had chosen myself? She done been through too much, sacrificed too much, grown too much to accept anything less than what she knows she deserves. And she don't just know it, she walks in it. She carries herself different. She don't beg, she don't plead, she don't try to convince people to see her worth. Either you see it or you don't. Either you step up or she steps away. And when she walks away, she don't look back. See, some people think walking alone is sad. They think it's lonely. But let me tell you, there is nothing lonelier than being surrounded by people who don't truly value you. Nothing emptier than staying in a place where you know you don't belong. Nothing more painful than shrinking yourself to make somebody else comfortable. And this woman, she done lived that pain. She done swallowed her voice, dimmed her light, played small just to make others happy, but not anymore. Now she walks with purpose. Now she holds her head high. And it ain't that she don't want love. It ain't that she don't want connection. She just wants it right. Yeah. She wants it real. She wants it reciprocated. And if that means waiting a little longer, if that means walking alone for a season, so be it. Because one thing she won't do, she won't accept less than what she prayed for. She won't settle for people who only show up when it's convenient for them. She won't lower her standards just to make somebody else feel comfortable. And don't get it twisted. This ain't about her thinking she better than anybody. It ain't about her acting like she perfect. It's about her knowing that she's worthy of something real, that she's worthy of deep love, of real friendships, of respect that don't have to be begged for. And if she got to walk alone until she finds it, she will. Because she'd rather stand alone in her truth than lose herself in somebody else's version of happiness. So when you see a woman who walks alone, don't feel sorry for her. Don't question her choices. Don't assume she's lonely, because the truth is, she's not walking away from love. She's walking towards something better. Let me tell y'all something. A woman who walks alone, she don't fear being by herself, because she done learned that solitude ain't the same as loneliness. See, a lot of folks stay in the wrong places with the wrong people doing the wrong things just because they scared of being alone. They scared of that silence, scared of sitting with themselves, scared of facing their own thoughts. But this woman, she done mastered the art of solitude. She done embraced her own company. And that right there, that's power. See, when you're comfortable being alone, you stop depending on people for your happiness. You stop looking for distractions. You stop needing constant noise to fill up the space. Instead, you start listening to your own mind, to your own spirit, to your own dreams. And that's where the growth happens. That's where the healing happens. That's where the transformation begins. Because when you take away all the outside opinions, all the unnecessary voices, all the expectations that ain't even yours to carry, you finally hear yourself. And that voice, that's the one that matters the most. And listen, it ain't easy. It takes time to get comfortable in your own space, to enjoy your own presence, to not feel like you need to pick up the phone just to keep from being alone with your thoughts. But this woman, she done been through enough to know that if you don't love yourself in your quiet moments, you'll never love yourself in a crowd. If you don't know who you are when everything is still, you'll keep looking for people to tell you who you are. And she refuses to live like that. See, solitude taught her to trust herself. It taught her to make her own decisions without asking 100 different opinions. It taught her that peace ain't about how many people around you, it's about how you feel when you're by yourself. And let me tell you, when a woman reaches that place, when she don't need company to feel whole, when she don't need validation to feel worthy, oh, she's unstoppable, because now she ain't afraid to walk away. She ain't afraid to let people go. She ain't afraid to sit alone at a table and know she still got value. And see, people don't always understand that. They look at her like, how she's so happy by herself, like she must be missing something. But what they don't realize, she ain't missing nothing. She found something. She found herself. She found her strength. She found her peace. And now she protects it. Now she don't let just anybody into her space, because she done built something sacred, something rare, something real, and she knows letting the wrong energy in just to avoid being alone, that's too high a price to pay. And let's be real, it took her a while to get here. She used to be that woman who filled up her time with people who didn't deserve her presence. She used to say yes to plans she didn't even want to be at, just so she wouldn't feel left out. She used to entertain conversations that didn't serve her, just to avoid silence. But now she understands that being alone don't mean being lonely. It means being selective. It means being intentional about where she invests her time, her energy, her love. And listen, when a woman learns to love her own company, that's when everything changes. That's when she stops chasing, stops settling, stops tolerating, because now she's coming from a place of abundance, not lack. Now she's making choices based on what's right for her, not what's just available. And that kind of woman, she don't break easy. She don't fall for empty promises. She don't entertain what don't feel right, because she knows she is the company she's been waiting for. And let me tell you, when you see a woman who's truly at peace with herself, who's comfortable in her own skin, in her own presence, in her own solitude, that's a woman you can't shake. That's a woman who don't cling out of fear. That's a woman who don't settle out of loneliness. That's a woman who moves different because she knows the best company she can ever keep is her own. Let me tell y'all something. A woman who walks alone, she don't just walk different, she thinks different. She sees the world through a different lens. She ain't out here following the crowd, waiting on permission, looking for somebody to tell her it's okay to dream big. No, she already decided. She is the permission. She is the standard. And that kind of mindset, oh, it separates her. It puts her in a lane of her own. See, the problem with most people, they scared to think for themselves. They scared to step outside of what's comfortable, scared to go after something bigger than what they know. But this woman, she done trained her mind to see beyond what's in front of her. She ain't looking at what's possible based on what other folks done. She looking at what's possible based on what she believes. And because of that, she moves with a kind of confidence that make people question how she does it. But see, it ain't magic, it ain't luck, it's mindset, it's discipline. It's her understanding that if she don't shape her own thoughts, the world will do it for her. And she refuses to be a product of other people's fears. She refuses to live small just because other folks are afraid to think big. She refuses to limit herself based on what they say is realistic. Because she knows what's realistic to most people, that's just code for settling. That's just another way of saying, I don't believe in myself enough to try. And she ain't never been the type to settle for just enough. See, when you train your mind to be strong, to be focused, to be fearless, everything changes. You stop worrying about what people think. You stop getting caught up in the little stuff. You stop wasting energy trying to prove yourself. Because now you know who you are. Now you understand that your thoughts, they shape your life. And this woman, she done mastered the art of speaking life over herself. She don't wait on compliments. She don't need approval. She wakes up every morning, looks herself in the mirror and tells herself, I got this. I am enough. I am capable. And because she speaks it, she believes it. And let me tell you, people don't always understand this kind of woman. They think she's too confident, too sure of herself. But what they don't know, she had to fight to think like this. She had to unlearn everything the world tried to tell her about who she could be, about what she could do, about how she should carry herself. She had to undo years of doubting herself, years of letting fear make her second guess her worth. And now she ain't questioning nothing. Now, when she sets a goal, she already sees herself achieving it. When she walks into a room, she carries herself like she belongs there. And it ain't arrogance, it's awareness, it's certainty. And listen, a strong mind don't just help her in her success. It helps her in her struggles too. Because life gonna test you. It's gonna throw obstacles in your way. It's gonna make you question if you got what it takes. But this woman, she built for it. She don't fold under pressure. She don't let fear stop her. She don't crumble when things don't go as planned because she understands setbacks, they temporary. Failure, that's just another lesson. And no matter what comes her way, she gonna find a way to rise. And that's why she walks alone. Not because she has to, but because she chooses to. Because she knows that when you train your mind to be strong, to be focused, to be unshakable, you ain't waiting on nobody to come save you. You already know you are your own rescue. Let me tell y'all something. A woman who walks alone, she ain't walking away from love. She's walking toward the kind of love she deserves. And that starts with herself. See, people think love is just about finding somebody else, about waiting on the right person, about hoping someone will see her worth. But this woman, oh, she already knows her worth. And she ain't waiting for nobody to confirm it. She loves herself first. She pours into herself first because she understands how she treats herself. That sets the standard for how the world treats her. See, real love ain't about just being with somebody. It's about being whole, being valued, being seen. And this woman, she refuses to be in any situation where love feels like begging, where she got to convince somebody to care, where she's doing all the giving and ain't getting nothing back. She done been there before. She done loved people who didn't know how to love her. She done given her heart to folks who only took advantage of it. But now she moves different. Now she don't just look for love, she looks for a line. And let's be real, it took her some time to get here. She used to think love meant sacrifice, meant bending, adjusting, making herself smaller just to fit into someone else's world. She used to believe that if she just loved hard enough, if she just gave enough, things would change. But now she knows love that requires you to lose yourself ain't love. It's control. It's dependency. And she ain't built for that kind of love no more. She's built for the kind of love that sees her, that honors her, that makes room for her without her having to beg for space. And because she understands that, she's patient. She don't rush. She don't settle. She don't let loneliness trick her into entertaining something that ain't meant for her. Because she done learned the wrong relationship will have you feeling lonelier than being by yourself ever could. The wrong love will drain you. It'll break you down. And she refuses to go back to that. She refuses to love at the expense of her own peace. And listen, when a woman gets to that place, when she truly loves herself first, she becomes rare. She becomes a different kind of woman. She ain't impressed by surface level love. She ain't moved by words that don't match actions. She ain't swayed by attention, by empty promises, by people who only show up when it's convenient. No, she's waiting on something real. She's waiting on someone who recognizes what she brings to the table and don't just sit there, but adds to it. And don't get it twisted. This don't mean she don't want love. It don't mean she's given up. It just means she ain't afraid to wait. It means she trusts her own love enough to know that she's already complete. That the right love? That's just a bonus. That's just an addition to the full life she's already building. And let me tell you, that kind of woman, she attracts different energy. She don't attract people who just looking for something casual, something easy. She attracts people who see her value. People who understand that a love like hers is a privilege. And until she finds that, she's good. She's happy. She's at peace. Because at the end of the day, she'd rather walk alone in love with herself than walk with someone who don't truly love her right. Let me leave y'all with this. A woman who walks alone, she ain't lost. She ain't waiting. She ain't searching someone to complete her because she already is complete. She moves with purpose. She stands in her work. She chooses herself over and over again because she knows she deserves more than half love, more than empty promises, more than a life that don't set her soul on fire. She walks alone not because she has to, but because she chooses to, because she refuses to settle, because she trusts her own path. And let me tell you something. When a woman learns to walk in her own power, when she learns to embrace her own company, when she loves herself fully, there ain't nothing in this world she can't have. There ain't nothing in this world she can't be. So to every woman out there who's walking her own path, who's standing tall in her truth, who's choosing herself even when it's hard, keep going, keep believing, keep loving yourself first, because the right people, the right love, the right opportunities, they'll meet you where you are. And when they do, you'll know it was worth the wait. Good luck to each and every one of you on your journey. Stay strong, stay true, and never, ever forget your worth. Thank you.